Let's go!
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, welcome back to another video. In today's video I have quite a lot of different things to show you, sort of like picked up for different reasons. So the first few finds is to either sell or trade in CEX. The next lot of finds are just pickups I have to add to the collection, including a really nice complete in-box Super Nintendo game, which is really good. And I also have a really nice charity shop find to show you. So quite a lot of stuff to show in today's video, but I picked up some really cool bits this time. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe to our channel Retrohead, but without further ado, let me show you these finds. So the first couple of finds are a couple of things to trade in CEX, 2 DVDs, 2 very random ones, and they were both only 50p each, and they both trade in for £3 each, so £1 into £6 voucher, which is really good. Again, very random. So the first thing is The Taste of Things, but I've never heard of it. It's in really good condition. The disc is absolutely fine and will trade in absolutely fine at CEX. So I was pleased to find that, 50p into £3. And the other one, again, exactly the same. I'm not going to try and say the name of this, but it's some kind of ballet. Know nothing about it. It's in really good condition again. And these are both only £1 cost for the two. And they'll trade in for a £6 voucher. So a pretty nice find there. Next up, I'll show you the box Super Nintendo game. And this has been a game that I've been looking for absolutely ages. Now, I don't have any footage of this find, and that is because I actually bought this off a friend for only 20 quid, and it's in really good condition. It's been a game that I've been looking for absolutely ages, and that is Aguri Suzuki Super F1 Drive, and as you can see here, now this is in pretty good condition for a box Super Nintendo game. Now, I'll show you a little bit of gameplay now. This looks really good, and I think the graphics look like they've held up really well for the Super Nintendo. So I'm going to read you a little bit on the pack about this one. Your race against 16 F1 World Champions. The most exciting F1 game ever. A realistic race simulation based on the latest real course data. 16 Grand Prix and 2 optional race courses. Experience real Grand Prix racing, the thrilling crossover at Suzuka and the tunnel at Monaco. The 2-player mode lets 2 players select their favourite machines and challenge an exciting F1 race. The Versus mode lets you race head-to-head against the pro driver Aguri Suzuki in the real F1 action. So this looks really good, one that I'm very pleased to have in the collection, especially in this good condition as well, and I really look forward to playing this one. Now, I'll show you inside. This one is complete with the manual, which is a really good thing to see. I will be very careful opening this because it is in pretty good condition. For a Super Nintendo game, it's actually probably one of the nicer ones I have, because I'm not like that fussy about condition, but to have one in really good condition, I'm certainly not going to complain. Here's the cartridge here, as you can see, that is also really clean. And I'm really excited to play this one, as I said. I'm probably going to leave that out. I'm probably just going to leave it on there, to be fair, because I'm going to give that one a go very soon. And the manual is also here, as you can see, as well. Now, there is a little bit of creasing on the bottom of it, as you can see, just there. But that will come out absolutely fine. But this manual inside is also in full colour and in really good condition. So I'm very pleased with that. If you watch the channel for any amount of time, you know I always like to have the full colour manuals, because it just feels like, to me at least, they've made more of an effort with the whole game. So was very pleased to see that. And the artwork on the front of this game as well, I think is absolutely awesome. So I'm very happy to have this in the collection. As I said, it's in pretty good condition. The worst bit is damage is on the top. It's sort of like bent up a little bit. But in a box protector, that'll just get gradually pressed down over time. And it'll actually look really good. Obviously, there's a little bit of white in here and there. You're always going to get that on Super Nintendo games, but I was super pleased to add this to the collection. So next thing is a charity shop find. Not my really good charity shop find at the end, but just a random PS2 game for only £1. And there's Ace Combat Distant Thunder. Now, you don't see the Ace Combat games overly often, and I've played one on the PS1. I cannot remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's got like a purple front cover. I'll put a picture of it in now, but this looks like a really good PS2 game. I searched a bit of footage of this before I bought it, and it actually looks really fun. So for only £1, I was super pleased to find this. And I think in CEX it's like a £5 or something like that. It's like worth a lot more than the pound I paid anyway. And inside it's complete with the manual and the disc, if I remember rightly. I will check, but I think it was super clean. Yeah, the disc literally looks like it's never been played. It's complete with the manual, as you can see just here, and also all of its inserts as well. And there's actually a really cool little bit of advertising here that I've just noticed. It says, Olympus Eye Trek, watch the skies, gives the effect of looking at a real 52-inch screen. That is a very random little item you could buy there. I don't know if you'd be able to find one of those nowadays, but I can imagine if you were to use one of those now, it would be funny, but actually really cool at the same time. So we actually found someone who had a little bit of footage of a boxed copy of one of these accessories, and they look super cool. Now, I can't find overly much information about it, but I get the impression that these did not sell very well at all, because when you think about it, how many times have you ever seen one of these? If you have seen one of these before, do let me know in the comments down below. Or even better, if you've played one, what's it like? Because I can imagine these do not play very well, but they just look so cool, and something that if I saw, I would definitely have a look, and if it was cheap, maybe buy it and see what it's like, because they just look so cool. And they're really packaged up quite nice in the box as well. I think it'd be a really nice boxed addition to the collection. I don't collect for PS2 overly much, so I wouldn't buy if it was expensive, but if I saw one of these for a not overly expensive price, I can imagine these would be a very cool addition to the collection, and something that I think to use would be very weird. Like, imagine having that over your eyes. I don't know if that would make you feel a bit sort of dizzy or a little bit sort of spaced out, but either way, to play Ace Combat on one of these would be a really fun game to try on. I've not really got any idea if they're compatible with like any other games or anything like that, but either way, I think this is super cool. But yeah, to find this in really good condition for £1 was a pretty nice find. The next thing I found in a charity shop for only £2, and I've never actually bought one of these before, and that is a LEGO Dimensions Fun Pack, but this is brand new and sealed. Now, if you didn't know, CEX actually take these, but only if they're sealed. And you can tell if they're sealed because they should be sealed up at just here, and also just there. Now, this one isn't worth overly much compared to others. Now, I don't actually know overly much about LEGO Dimensions, but this one is sealed, and I paid £2 and it trades in for £6. So I'm going to be trading this in because I don't really know much about LEGO Dimensions, and for a £6 voucher I'd rather just trade in CEX. But a pretty cool thing that I've never actually found for. I've traded a lot of stuff at CEX, from video games to calculators to monitors, but never a LEGO Dimensions, so that is pretty cool. And I do actually really like LEGO myself, I'm just not really into LEGO Dimensions. But I had a look on CEX and check out some of the prices of what they're charging for these, because these are pretty collectible. So as I said, check out the prices of some of these LEGO Dimensions, but they've done some really cool ones. Now, I'm not overly into the LEGO Dimensions, as I said, but there is still some really cool franchises. But look at that, the starter pack sealed is £190, which is just absolutely insane. But as I said, they've done some very cool ones. These, like the Goonies one, is awesome. But I think the reason why these hold so much value is because of the minifigures, because the little models I don't think are anything particularly special. Some of them are quite cool, but the minifigures you get inside these are awesome. Like, there's some really amazing ones, really. So you can see this is just a polybag one, exclusive of Supergirl, and that is £45, and they give you a £29 voucher for it. So it's not like they don't give you anything for them, but they're selling them for expensive. These are just really collectible, and I didn't really have any idea how collectible they were, but they are very smart. There's a Back to the Future one there, which is really cool. Scooby-Doo, Ghostbusters with an Ecto-1 inside, which I think is very nice. Like, I wouldn't collect these myself, but they are very cool. There's a Back to the Future one here with a DeLorean, a hoverboard, and Marty McFly, which I think is very cool. But £42 does seem like a lot of money for what these are. You can probably go on eBay and buy a Marty McFly figure for much cheaper if you just wanted the minifigure. Another Ghostbusters one now. I do think they are quite cool, and especially this Simpsons one. And I do actually have quite a few Simpsons Lego minifigures myself, just out of, like, you know, opened, not sealed or nothing like that, just from the minifigure series, out of the little bags that they did, because I thought that they were super cool when they came out. There's even some really random franchises like the Powerpuff Girls, which you don't really see much stuff of or anything like that, but another £75 one there for Doctor Who. I don't know about you, but I have never ever watched Doctor Who. It never really appealed to me. And Harry Potter, to be fair. I know that's a little bit controversial. A very cool 18 one there, the Mr. T figure. That one, I'm not going to lie, I think is very cool. You should get an 18 van with that one as well. So I said, I wouldn't collect these myself, but they do seem very collectible. So obviously, as I said, this one isn't overly expensive, but to find it for only £2 and it trades in for £6 is another pretty good find. And the final find was the good charity shop find, so I have two games to show you. One of them was £2 and one of them was £4. So I'll show you the £2 game first. This game in CX I think is about £6, maybe a fiver. But what was strange in this charity shop was every single game they had was priced up to CEX price. They had like Mario Party 8 on the Wii for CEX price, and they had like Wii Fit for £1. But this game, I think they priced up at £2 because all of their Blu-rays were £2. And obviously, if you don't know anything about games, that just looks like a Blu-ray case. Again, it's not worth overly much, and it's NBA 2K23. But I absolutely love the NBA games, and I've never played one as new as NBA 23. So for only £2, I'm just going to give this a little try. If I don't like it, I think it trades in for like a £3 voucher, so I would just trade in if I don't like it. But I sort of wanted to give this one a go for only £2, especially as it was one of the only underpriced games they actually had. But the other game that I'm going to show you is a DS game, and that one was definitely underpriced. So I saw this game on the shelf and I knew it was a game that I've been looking for ages and one that I really wanted to have in the collection. And this game isn't an expensive game, it's £12 in CEX, but it's obviously like quite an expensive game. It's not a cheap game, but it's not an expensive game. So I thought that this was going to be at least £12, which I know in a charity shop is annoying, but all the games are way too overpriced in this charity shop. But then I looked at the game and it had a £4 sticker on, and that is WarioWare Touched. Now this has been a game that I've been looking for on the DS for absolutely ages, so was very pleased to see it in there. And when I pulled it off the shelf, only £4, I was very pleased with the price as well. Again, I think it's £12 in CEX. And I'll show you the condition as well, because this is a clean copy, complete with the manual as well, and obviously with CEX, it could well be without the manual and a reprinted cover. But I absolutely love the WarioWare games. I think they're really good little mini games, like little party games. And for some reason, I feel like this will fit really well on the Nintendo DS. Like, if you were like going to go on holiday, it'd be like quite a good game to take with you. So, next time I go away, I probably will take this game with me and have a little play. But inside, as I said, super clean copy, complete with the manual, and also the VIP points. They have been scratched, but they're in really good condition. And also the cartridge is really clean as well. And the artwork is obviously really nice as well. A little bit of a mark on the case, but I will just recase that because of that mark, but that's absolutely fine. But as I said, I absolutely love the WarioWare games, and you don't see this one overly often. I've been looking for it for absolutely ages, so to find it in a charity shop for a third of what CEX would charge you, I thought was a really good deal. My favourite WarioWare game is probably on the GameCube, as you can see here, WarioWare Incorporated. I think this is an absolutely awesome game. Really good little mini games in this one. This one was a CEX purchase absolutely years ago. I'd say at least 6 years ago. But it is complete with a manual in pretty good condition. It's got an ever so slight bit of water damage, but I don't even think you can see that on camera. I can just see it sort of in real life. Hardly at all, really. But it's one of these weird games that has a complete yellow spine on the GameCube. So you can see, like, this is normally black on any other GameCube game. And I think it's the only GameCube game to have a full yellow spine. So, pretty cool little game, but I just wanted to shout this out because I don't think I've mentioned it much on the channel. But I think this is a really good Wario game. Now, I haven't played the DS version yet, but I can imagine if I do, I probably won't think it's as good as this one. But if it is as good as this one, this will be a really good game, because I absolutely love the WarioWare games. I think they're really good. And also, I'm trying to collect every Mario game on every Nintendo system, which is a very hard task. But I've got, like, a lot of Mario games now. But I'm also going to go for every, like, Wario, Donkey Kong, like, Princess Peach game. So to find WarioWare Touch in a charity shop for that challenge of games that I've got as well is really good. So I was very pleased to find this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe to our channel Retrohead. And also let me know in the comments, what have you found in charity shops lately? Because I know charity shops, you can go, like, months and months without finding nothing and then have, like, a really good find. I'd say this was a pretty good find today. It's not like a crazy find, but to find a DS game I've been looking for ages for a good price, in my opinion, is absolutely brilliant. But as I said, let me know in the comments, what have you found lately? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!